Here is a short video to give you basic and general tips on how to fight elites with both light and heavy weapons. Against storm vermin, use a mixture of blocking and dodging to avoid hits while spamming the fastest attack that does consistent damage against them. Always aim for the head, and if the weapon has an attack that can stagger, use it to stagger storm vermin out of their attacks to avoid blocking multiple hits in a short time frame, as this can easily lead to death. Against shielded storm vermin, use 2 pushes to open them up to attacks and follow the same rules as you would normal storm vermin. If you run out of stamina, dodge and use light attacks to keep them staggered and prevent them from hitting you while your stamina recharges. Against Maulers, dodge dance while spamming the fastest damaging attack you have. You should be able to avoid most of their attacks, but against attacks like the standing or running sweep, it's better to block it than continue your dodge dancing. Against Bestigors, bait out the charging ones first and focus them down since they will be separated from the main group. Spam heavy staggering attacks to keep as many of them staggered as you can, blocking whenever you see an attack that is about to land. If you have the chance, aim for the head. Against Chaos Warriors, use whatever super armor piercing attacks and attack combos you have and spam it. Dodge dance around them in a circle to prevent them from ice skating towards you during their overheads, and always be sure to watch out for their fast attacks and block them. Aiming for the head helps, but isn't always possible depending on the weapon you are using. The more Chaos Warriors there are, the more you should try to avoid fighting them alone, as their health pool and stagger resistance makes them difficult to take on alone. Against Berserkers, spam light attacks until one begins to go into a frenzy, then block and dodge until the final Berserker has finished his frenzy before going back to spamming light attacks. Always aim for the head, and Berserkers will fall pretty quickly. Against monks, block and dodge until all of the monks have finished their frenzy and begun their final 2 heavy attacks, then dodge dance around them and spam lights while aiming for the head. Monks generally fall faster than Berserkers since their head is out front and easier to hit through and cleave. A general note about heavy weapons is that block cost reduction on them makes fighting elites much easier, as you will be blocking more than you will be dodging. Against storm vermin, open up with a heavy attack to stagger one and then block and dodge the other's attacks. The general rule of thumb is to get 1 or 2 attacks in, block their attacks, then counterattack when they are in their brief stagger animation from you blocking their attacks. Make sure to always dodge overheads. Against shielded storm vermin, shove them twice to open them up to attacks, then heavy attack one to stagger him and open him up to further attacks. If you are unable to reach the one you just staggered, block the sword swings from the other ones and repeat the process when your stamina is back up to full or nearly full. Against Maulers, simply use your heavy attack to stagger one out of their attack animation and then just block and dodge the other attacks, repeating this strategy. If their attacks line up close to each other, play defensively until they're done with the attacks, then go back to the main strat. Against Bestigors, bait out the charging ones first like you would with light weapons and kill them while they're briefly stunned. Otherwise, treat them like you would Maulers. Against Chaos Warriors, block and dodge dance at all times as it is very easy to become stun-locked and killed fighting them. Use heavy attacks whenever you have the brief window to, but be ready to quickly block if they suddenly do one of their fast attacks. Chaos Warriors are unpredictable and deadly, so you should use your supplies and ults to damage them as much as possible before going in to fight a group of them. Against Berserkers, bait out all of their frenzies and heavy attack in between their frenzies. Most heavy weapons can one-shot Berserkers with a heavy attack if you get a headshot, so dealing with Berserkers is actually much easier with heavy weapons rather than light weapons. Against monks, you can do the same strat you use against berserkers. However, finger-rolling light attacks also works very well against monks due to their faster flurry than berserkers, making it a safer strat as well as a higher damaging one since you can easily cleave through them and get multiple headshots.